Hello, 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 and welcome to Emmen Plays Honkai Star Rail. It's me, Mooney, once again, and I'm here because today is the day that the new patch drops, right? And this one's a big one. You're apparently getting, obviously, new characters, but more than that, a new story mode, and apparently there are some other new goodies as well. Free characters, they're talking about some big changes to the standard banner, a lot going on. So I thought I'd just start the game straight up from the ground up and see what is new, right? So we're gonna be exploring the game, seeing what it's all about, and I wanted to start the game today at the start screen, not like in the game itself, which is how I usually do, because I wanted to see what exactly was new straight up from this point onwards. So let's hit start game and see where that takes us. Alright, let's begin. 3.2 is the patch. I think this is the anniversary patch. So, happy anniversary, Honkai Star Rail. It's Can't believe that it's been so long, but here we are again. Oh, there are a lot of really new things going on here. So let's see. Alright, first of all, with every new patch, we get a little bit of the rolling currency. So that's something. Thank you for the currency, I guess. Gotta claim these, dispatch them again. Where to begin? I guess we can begin by checking out the travel log because it should have a good summary of everything that's new. Festive gifts? Okay, this must be like a daily check-in for the anniversary, and I think it's really interesting that they have a graphic of the Trailblazers, both of them, and also the Stellaron Hunters. And hey, look at that! That mysterious cat that's just hanging around. Okay, I'll claim you. Happy to do it. And what's this? Which companion's blessing would you like to receive? Mm, L3. Out of these characters, I like this guy and this guy the most, but if I had to pick between them, I'm gonna go with this one. I will receive a letter after 16 days, 19 hours. Okay, okay. I wonder what that's about. And also getting enough jades for a 10 pull out of this, whatever this is. Interesting. Okay, so what is Super Sales Day? First time Super Sales Day, okay. Trailblazer Assistant Pack. These are just some of the monetization aspects, I guess. So this one goes for $5. This one goes for 99 cents, so $1. And this is the regular. Hmm. Okay, okay. Cherished recollection. What is this? Oh, so I can exchange uh, this currency over here for this. Okay, these are all pretty useful items. Okay, thank you. Standard banner pull. Mm, oh, wow. What is this? Oh, live wallpaper for Star Rail, like in game. And also a phone wallpaper? Like, does that mean like for the phone in the game or like in real life? I don't know. Anyway, let's leave this alone. Oh, now this is interesting. So apparently, you get to redeem one free character. That's a limited character this time around. I mean, you obviously have the standard meta characters here. You know, you got Himiko, Clara, Bronya, Welt, Japard, Yanqing, and Bailu. But most importantly, we've got Locha and Ruan Mei. Ruan Mei, excellent support character. Locha, really, really good healer as well, depending on what you're looking for. When I get my free redemption of one of these 5 stars, I'm gonna go for Ruan Mei because I already have her, and her first Eidolon constellation to you Genshin players is cracked. Oh, hello. What's all this then? Ruan Mei's weapon. This is Fushuan's weapon. Blade's weapon, which I already do have. This is Locha's, Zila's. This is Himiko's, which I happen to have rolled before. Something irreplaceable, Clara's. The battle isn't over, Bronya. And this is Welt. I have this one as well. This is Japard's. Sleep Like the Dead. And Time Waits for No One. I think I have that one as well. These are all like weapon banner 5 star fails. I've never really checked this out, so okay, thanks, whatever. And I guess this stuff has been restored as well. Cool. Uh, so what's happening in terms of special events? Second anniversary celebration. Okay. What's? Oh, it takes you to a website. Okay. I'll check out the website in my own time. Oh, and look at this art. It looks like they've turned some of these characters into musicians. So we've got Mr. Sunday as the conductor. We've got Jin Yuan in a really nice suit as like some kind of flute player. We've got the Herda playing some kind of trumpet thing. Is that a French horn? I don't know. We've got Dr. Ratio on the accordion. Castoris on the harp, and Acheron on the electric guitar. Interesting. I also really love Acheron's new outfit here. In fact, I mean, if they sold these outfits as skins in the game, I think that would be kind of cool. But they haven't really done any skins other than just that one. But what else is all of this? Okay, so there are some things coming. What is Star Rail World? Okay, so let's read through this. After logging on into the game during the event period, Trailblazers can obtain a Golden Companion Spirit as a reward through the travel log. Golden Companion Spirit has no time limit and will not expire after the event ends. It can be used to exchange for a 5 star at the Stellar Convergence shop. The Stellar Convergence shop is always open, and characters that have been added to the shop will be permanently exchangeable. Characters in the shop can be exchanged until the Eidolon level is maxed. When the Eidolon level is maxed, they cannot be exchanged. The shop will expand its catalog of exchangeable characters in the future. That is very cool. Okay, okay, very nice. After claiming this exchange for 5 stars, after claiming this, you can exchange for 5 stars, such as Locha and Rome. Okay, I'll just grab this for now. Can be used to redeem. Redeem now. No, 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 not now. I'll go back to that. What is Star Rail World? Okay, this seems to be like an event, right? So this is an event that we can play through. Now this is what I was talking about. This is the main story that's happening. So in this patch, there are two halves, like as per usual. This character, Castoris, coming out in the first half, and this character, Anaxa, coming out in the second. I'm currently saving up for my boy Anaxa over here because he fills a niche in my teams that I frankly really need filling. So I'm actually going to be skipping Castoris, and I do have a character guarantee, so unfortunately, and I don't think I'm going to be doing a lot of rolling. But I do look forward to the story mode to see what happens. What is this? Okay, some sort of external event. And can I also say that this character, Mem, They're so cute. I love them a lot. I think that they're very, very adorable. The design is just absolutely adorable. Okay. Anyway, one thing we can do, I suppose, is try out the different characters that are available. Castoris is here. Fugue is here. I already do have her. Love her. Zhao Cho is here. I like him a lot, and I do want him one day, but I gotta skip because I gotta get an Axa. Acheron is here. Welcome back. I do have this character as well. She's pretty cool. Gallagher, fantastic 4-star character. And we have Lynx. Lynx, of course, is. Wait. Lynx, of course, used to be one of my main healers before I got a 5-star healer. I think that she works really well with some of the teams that I put her in. And Pella, the goat, I really like her as well. So let's do this like Acheron, Xiaoshu, and save like Castris for last. Let's start with her. I don't really need to read her kit. So the cool thing about Acheron is that you can basically use her technique, this, and not lose any technique points unless you hit until you hit an enemy. Of course, then each enemy is one technique point. But the cool part is you can straight up skip to the part where you get the rewards instead of actually doing the battles. So we're gonna cut through all four of these guys, right? Check this out. Oh my god, that is just so satisfying. Anyway, let's refresh this. Not that we really need to. Now this is a heck of a team they've given her. Hello, Dinosaur Man. You're about to get utterly destroyed. This is just a little bit of a layout of what she does, but I mean, I've already used her, so I don't really need to know. How are we feeling? So that's 7. Let's see this guy's full alt. I love that trope, by the way, of like a character who usually has their eyes closed, but then they kind of open their eyes, menacingly, as the case is. Mm, let's just alt, like why wait? Let's see what this store-bought Acheron can do. Pretty good. 400,000 is nothing to cough at. Oh yeah, another cool thing about Acheron is that because I started the battle with her technique, every time there's a new wave, her technique will strike them. And I think that's just amazing. Whoop. And we'll give you a buff. And then... So currently, the way that Acheron works, you guys might notice that there is like some kind of, how do you say, uh, there's like some kind of flower thing near her, right? Instead of like an alt meter. So she doesn't really use energy. And for her, whenever you put a debuff on an enemy, that's when she gets stacks. And 9 stacks and her alt is ready to go. Stacks can be anything that is a debuff. It can be a damage over time or dot ability, right? It can be a weakness break. It can be any number of debuffs, which is why characters like Jiao and Silverwolf are so effective. Silverwolf is a one-woman debuff machine, and Jiao Shou is really good because Jiao Shou makes it so that whenever it's an enemy's turn, as long as Jiao Shou's alt is active, which you can see that there's like this red field right now, it'll apply a debuff to an enemy, making it that much easier to get into that alt state. Now, another thing I want to mention is that Come here. You're probably using your own weapon, right? Okay, Acheron. Acheron's weapon. This is one of those characters that some people criticize this, but it's other people kind of like this, where their weapon really contributes something special and significant to them. So usually when you hit with Acheron, you get one stack of a debuff on the enemy, right? But with the light cone, you get two per turn every time you use her skill, and that ends up being really clutch in the long run. Let's heal her. I love this animation, by the way that he does this thing. You might wonder, why am I not popping the alt? And the reason is I wanted to weakness break all three of them, because that way, whatever damage this is just gonna be that much higher. Yes, yes, yes. Very nice. And that's Acheron. In case y'all don't know, Acheron, named after one of the rivers in the underworld in Greek mythology. You know, like the river Styx, the river Acheron. It'd be like that. There's a lot of death imagery associated with that character, which I think is pretty interesting. Anyway, now we go to Xiao. This guy, his vibe is that he's a chef, but he's also a doctor. And he's also one of those cool guys, who doesn't like fully open his eyes. It's like a whole anime trope, right? Check it out. So when he does open his eyes, it's kind of like a big deal. Okay. Oh, it's another Acheron team. Uh-oh. All right. So this is a different type of Acheron team. This time they're paired up with Pella, um, Pella over here, and Aventurine. Damn. Signature light cone too. My goodness. Feeling bold, aren't we? Damn. Did bro just rhyme? That's pretty cool, actually. Acheron's about to get her out for sure. You might wonder, why am I waiting? You know what? I actually shouldn't wait. I can always get my alt back easily, and it's the next wave of this thing that I'm really focusing on. 430,000, pretty good. Alright, so Pella. Debuffer, right? I really like her alt as well. And one thing I really like about her is that she's one of those characters who can get her alt back like super easily. Like, see? Almost there. And Acheron doesn't have a shield, so let's give her one. My goodness, we're at 7 stacks already. Eight, nine. I'm gonna ult with Pella before I actually drop the Acheron ult. I think that would be the best course. All right, wish granted. Pella's ult is something that I live by even in my normal playthroughs because she hits all enemies and hits them all with a pretty significant defense shred. That thing that says exposed minus 37% defense, that's her. Oh wait, is that her debuff? Give me a sec. Yeah, I think it is. Okay, another thing is, check it out. Whenever Acheron draws this blade, she loses all the color in her costume and becomes this alternate form, which I think is just the coolest thing ever, right? Like, she just looks so awesome. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a debuff. It's another debuff. 8 stacks. And here we go. 200,000, 300,000, 500,000. And that's all she wrote. So, the thing about this game that some people sometimes kind of fall into this trap is that they get really easily allured by the cool DPS characters because obviously they are the stars of the team. They do the most damage and all that, right? But the thing is, it's really, in my opinion at least, the supports that carry this game. There's a saying that one of my friends kind of like hammered into my head, and I've never forgotten it since. DPSs are temporary, but supports are forever. And I will stand on that hill until the day that I die, because as far as my experience is concerned, this has been an absolute truth. I've been able to get away with so much because I had the right supports that properly supported a playstyle. For example, take this team, right? Um, in this team, we have 4 characters. We have Fugue over here. We have Firefly as the DPS. We have Ron May, and we have Gallagher, right? The one thing that all of them have in common is that they're all characters that are considered to be break effect characters, characters who deal in or mess about with the break effect playstyle. Break effect, for those who don't know, is what happens when you reduce this white bar all the way to the end and do a ton of damage with that, right? So, Fugue, absolute fantastic break effect support, right? Ruan Mei also increases break effect and speed of party members, and she also helps with resistance penetration, which I mean, we're kind of getting into the nitty gritty of it, but the short version of it is that it helps make sure that even if the enemy doesn't have the weakness type that you are using, that you will still be able to do the same amount of damage. Like, it's a damage buff essentially. Anywho, how would I approach this? Normally, what I would do, like one way, so Fugue, right? Fugue's skill here, you can put it on some character, and normally the idea would be to give it to someone who either doesn't have the weakness type of the enemies so that they can also kind of eat through their weakness bar, or give it to someone who hits more enemies. Hmm. I wonder what approach I should take. Because they all are weak to fire already, and Firefly does implant fire weakness. Let's go with Runmei. Normally not what I would do, but we try, we experiment. And Fugue's alt, by the way, it may not do a lot of damage now because these things are nowhere near breaking point in terms of weakness break, but like she can break regardless of element type, which I think is super useful. Okay, so Firefly, I'm not too familiar with, but let's see. Oh, got my alt. Okay, let's check out this alt. Ooh, that's pretty sick. Okay, break time. Oh, that's cool. And now we just give that damage buff by Runmei to everyone. Mm, I'm just gonna not attack with this character because I'm also gonna not attack with this character. I don't need to do this. I'm only doing it for one reason and one reason only, which is that I want Firefly to get the big break. Hmm. All right. Oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to talk about is, do you notice that even though this person is broken, there's a pink bar still there? And same goes for the other characters. This is called exo toughness. This is a mechanic that is exclusive to Fugue, and because she adds this second break bar, it breaks easier than the original one, and it also means that break characters can essentially do double damage on their breaks. This is about to be chonky. Check this out. Oh my god, that was almost 600,000. Amazing. Alright, let's hit you. And then we'll hit all of you. And now that they are broken, we have what we call super break damage, which essentially there's a portion of your break effect, which is like a stat that exists in this game. You see, it's over there, break effect, um, as something called super break damage. Ooh, that's sick. Oh, looks like they attacked everybody. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Alright, we can start by alting with Gallagher. Gallagher's ult puts a debuff on enemies and also immediately action advances him. And when he attacks, it heals the other characters. And hey, look at that, they're all set up for a break again. Oh, that was sick. Okay. Oh, we're out of our ult foam? Mm, ult again, and then... Ooh, that's pretty good. So yeah, supports are forever. You find the supports that'll properly prop up your team, and you're in for a good time. Now, finally, the main event. Castoris, with her quantum remembrance dragon thing. I hear that her ult is extremely beautiful, so I can't wait to try it out. Okay, let's see. Oh, so the dragon is called Netherwing. So it consumes HP, and the more HP consumed, the higher the damage. Okay, okay. So for her support, we have Locha the healer, Tribi the harmony character, and the Trailblazer, named after myself. I wonder what her technique is like. Ooh, okay. Yeah, alright, alright. Oh, that's sick. What? Use the Memo Sprite skill to consume Netherwing's HP to blast all enemies. Alright, okay. Okay, okay. Wow. Another wave annihilated. And trigger self-destruct? Wow. That was wild. You don't need to tutorialize this. I just did this. I'm not stupid. Anyway, she seems like she's very powerful, so I hope that anybody who wants this character enjoys getting them. Okay, let's see. Consumes all allies' HP, deals quantum damage to one enemy and minor quantum damage to adjacent targets. Enhanced skill consumes all HP and they. Summons the Memo Sprite and decreases all type resistance for all enemies. Interesting. New Bud. Reaches its maximum limit. Can activate ultimate. So she's all about like just sacrificing HP to power herself up. That is awesome. Who the heck? Oh, no wonder Locha is a good pairing with her because Locha has a reaction where he'll heal you when your HP goes below a certain point. Interesting. These animations are cracked. Alright. Let's summon Mem. Hello, Mem. Uh, I'm gonna trigger Locha's ult, which does a certain amount of imaginary damage, but also cleanses enemies of buffs, which is pretty interesting. And now his healing field is up. Hey, Tribi. Okay, let's ult with her first because she's got some ults. I don't really know how to use her very well, I'll be honest with you. But they say that she's really good. Oh, all type resistance penetration. That's wild. Alright, let's advance her. Well, she was coming up next anyways. Mm, ooh, I love the way that her ult fills up. That's very cool, actually. Let's heal Tribi. She seems to be doing a little bad. Into. Oh, okay, okay. So healing also gives ult charge back. That's very cool. Let's just summon the dragon. See how that works. Ooh, that's very sick. Also, hey, did you guys see like the whole environment has kind of changed into something else? Now, I'm gonna get a little nerdy over here in terms of Greek mythology references. I don't know if anybody cares about this, but I do, so whatever. Um, Castoris and Pollux. I think this might be a reference to Castor and Pollux, who are like two characters, figures that show up in, if I am not wrong, the Iliad, the story of the Trojan War. I'll look it up a little bit more in my own time. But yeah, interesting reference. Oh my lord. Let's keep going. Let's turn up the heat, huh? Let's blow this dragon up! My word. That was wild. Alright, so Memory of Chaos. I still have a little bit more to do, but that's not what we're here for today. Today, hard to believe that all of that was actually the preamble for what we're actually here to do. Can we finally get to the story part of this stream, right? So let's begin. Spindle laboring to weave the tapestry of time. An unexpected encounter with the Flame Reaver has led to the premature extraction of Oronix's core flame. The Chrysosairs hope that I will take on the divine role of time. Trailblazers always face moments like this where their fate becomes deeply intertwined with that of others, yet only I can decide where my destiny leads. Yeah, let's view a story recap, let's see what it's about. While everyone is waiting for the demigod of strife to emerge from the trial, something unexpected happens as the Trailblaze squad follows Mighty into the trial and rescues Finon, who is trapped inside. Just as everybody breathes a sigh of relief, a new problem rises. Mighty has to shoulder the burden of strife, but the Kremnoans will never willingly give up the core flame to their old foe Okama. In an attempt to gain a better understanding, he decides first to seek advice from his teacher, not creature, uh, Kretoros, a veteran of Kremnos. Interesting NPC with an interesting visual, I thought. The two part on bad terms. Meanwhile, Trian and Castoris are dispatched to the Grove of Epiphany as diplomatic envoys of Okama, and when they arrive, they discover to their surprise that the black tide has struck, and they fight a mysterious swordmaster. In the end, they manage to rescue Anaxa and the core flame that he carries. While everyone is on their way back within the city of Okama, Kratoros is arrested for abducting Trinon and trespassing on forbidden ground. Under Mighty's mediation, Tribi and her sisters agree to reveal their memories in order to facilitate reconciliation between the Kremnoans and the Occamans. Unexpectedly, just as Tribi and her sisters are about to meet the Time Titan Oronix and repair their memories, they encounter the mysterious Sword Master yet again. Trian sacrifices herself and falls with the Titan to protect her companions. In order to take back the core flame, everyone sets up a plan to seal the Swordmaster. The plan suffers multiple setbacks, but Mighty returns as the demigod of strife and helps everyone reclaim the core flame. Amazing cutscene, by the way. Not long after, he successfully persuades his people to let go of their prejudices against Okama. He says goodbye to everyone and returns home to join the front line against the Black Tide. And by the way, isn't this just like the most Gilgamesh from Fate coded thing you've ever seen? Oh my god. Let's bring that character to this game, y'all. Anyway, on the other side, everyone holds a simple funeral for Trian, who exhausted her divine power and turned into a doll. This was very sad. Having accepted Trian's last wish, the group continues on the path to the Flame Chase journey. And that's what happened in the last patch of Honkai Star Rail. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Such is the will of fate. Only one shall live till the end, and they alone will witness Era Nova. By the way, aren't you blind? How? Okay, whatever. Let's not question it. think the volume is a bit low. I lowered it because I was playing the game while being around some friends. Let's boost it up a bit. The lip sync is a bit off, yeah? History of Mythology sounds like a really fun class, not gonna lie. So Anaxa is not a big believer of the Titans, by the way. I don't know what a Dromas is, but nothing good it sounds like. That's my boy. That's right. Isn't that kind of ironic? Also, why does Castoris have elf ears? This is something I've wondered quite a lot. Is she human or what? Hmm. 100%. We are ready, Mem and me. Hey, don't call her a beast right in front of her. Are you trying to talk me out of it? Is there a plan B? If I do not descend into hell, who will? Okay, so Mem has been experiencing this thing, right? I'll be real with y'all. I really like it when Mem says Mem, but Mem has also been saying actual words. See? Very hero. Okay, let me also say, I can understand that a character like this can be really annoying for some people, but need I remind you that Pokemon has been a popular thing since the 1990s. So how about we give this cute little creature a break? Like if you can hear Pikachu say Pikachu for the 5 millionth time, you can give this little guy a break. Alright? So be nice. I'm saying this now in this contentious ass tone because there are people out here who just like to hate on things that inconvenience them or rub them the wrong way even a little, as if the entire world is meant to simply cater to their needs and their wants only. I'm sorry, some of us like to have fun and enjoy cute things. Like, I don't know what to tell ya. Anyway, leaving the spicy topic aside, let's get back to what's going on here. I trust you all to make the right call. Okay, okay. So you're telling me that succeeding in this task and what I get in exchange is lore? I'm in. Can you tell me more about the book? Stixia. Okay. Is this your story, girl? Yeah, books can make you feel like that. Hmm. What a remembrance thing to say. Remembrance the path. Remembrance the class, which is what you are. Girl, me too. Where is March? I miss her, okay? Come hang out with us on the Express. Everybody visits after their story arc is over. Trust me, it's all cool. We got this. Time to go back and done hung out, huh? Alrighty. Let's return to the lower floor. Hmm. I wonder what team I should be using. This is just one of my default teams. Emphorius, okay. Let's try a blade team, perhaps. Blade. Oh yeah, speaking of blade, let's check out the banners. New warp obtainable characters. You can now select limited 5-star characters. Zila, Blade, Fujuan to add. I can remove some people I don't want. Okay, girl, you're out. You're in. Let's remove you and toss you in. This is actually so much better than what I was expecting. I just thought that, that like we would expand the amount of characters here, but this is actually really cool because some of these characters I do not want. Thing is, I don't really want Zila. I actually really like Yanqing, but I don't like Bailu. I'll just put Zila here just to kind of get me a new flavor of character. I mean, it just kind of expands my options. Very nice. Castoris's banner, Fugue's banner. Then there's also Jocho and Akarod over there. The Castoris Lightcone banner. These guys is Lightcone banner, and then the standard banner. Let's do some wishes. See where that takes us. Actually, before that, I want to see like how close am I to a 5-star. Uh-huh. Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. So we're not too close. Let's just spend these tickets. Second one. That would be 33. But this is not so important. Hmm. Oh, I got some trophies. What's this about? Win one battle. No worries. What's this over here? It happened that many times? 10 different HP voice lines. Wow. Uh, don't have time to fill all of that up. And a new battle pass comes with a new patch. Lightcone shard. Wow. This is actually something I really do want. But not this patch, I think. I mean, not this half of this patch anyway. Anywho, let's keep moving on with the story. Blade is a character that I really like on the basis of I really like his kit about how he does his this whole lose HP for damage thing. I think that's just awesome. Mm, let's swap them out and see what happens to Sunday's speed. 152, 145, 138, 122. Let's see how this works out for battles. I'll admit, this is not a particularly meta team. It's just that I really love Blade and I want to make him work, and this is the only way that I can think of to make it work. Okay, maybe not the only way, but I love Mr. Sunday, I love Blade, and I need Fugue to kind of make him more effective, and Lingsha's there just to be the healer. I mean, she is very powerful in her own, but hello, Finon. Nah, bruh, like why have to be bad news, huh? Could have been good news. Okay, so something I wanna let y'all know. Some of the English voice actors don't have are not contributing their voices to all Hoyo games. This is because of an ongoing strike where voice actors are demanding for AI protection from Hoyo. And I don't want to get too deep into this, but let's just say that my position on this is I'm okay with it. So let's continue from there. Or the Council of Elders, those guys like Danzo from Konoha just causing problems. Concerning. I didn't really like them back then, so I don't really wanna even imagine what they'll be up to. Oh boy. By the way, in case anybody's paying attention to the story right now, what's happening right now is called politics. Now, they're not necessarily real world politics, but these are the internal politics of this game. if you at all understand what's going on in the story, that there is a vote going on, that there is a council, that there is like a mechanism to balance between the heroes and the mortals, then you understand politics. Congratulations. Hmm. I wonder what kind of powers we might actually get. I mean, I don't think that our gameplay is gonna change, but like in terms of becoming the demigod of Oronix, democratic politics has always fascinated the citizens of different city-states in Emphorius. Democracy is only one of the consequences of civilization's development rather than the cause of development. For democracy to be productive, it must appoint different rules for different society situations and issues. No single rule can be optimal for all scenarios. Wow, this is a political textbook. My goodness. Let me just at least read the headlines. Citizenship and the citizen policy of Okama. Operational mechanisms for the citizens. What was it again? Assembly. Core functions of citizens assembly. Principal members. Okay. This is a shocking amount of lore. Quick read? There is no quick reading this. Anyway, let's rest. I have literally nothing to do. I've been waiting for this storyline for a while. I could run, but I want to walk. This is an artistic choice, alright? Seemed like a cool thing to say. Mem's been arguing a lot for their like sentience. Not sentience, I guess. The status as like a being and not a like an animal, like not a beast. Interesting. I don't think saying I love you all is really what my character would do. Not that I had a lot of options. Hey yo, he's standing right there. Hey, don't put yourself down like that, bro. Oh my god, I'm excited. Yes, let's go. Time to dive. I appreciate the belief. This would be the place to cut away. I would too. Okay. Yo? Was that a whole sentence? What the? Listen, I'm gonna miss you saying mem a lot, but I really like this voice as well. Mother? Of course we are. Alright, let's run. I'm actually curious myself. Who could be the mother of a Titan? Sky. Who the heck is Skyfather? The only Skyfather I know from mythology is Odin, and that's surely not the case. Oh, okay, so Fuli, but Fuli isn't Fuli female? It's an Aeon, the gods of Starail, the game. Hmm. Wow, this voice acting is really good. It's actually really emotionally touching. Why would you call the Titan a child? I'm not gonna say what's troubling you, big fella. Sauron? Yeah, I've beaten MOC 12. You should see me. I could do things. Apocalyptic Shadow, pure fiction sometimes. Exactly, tenacious. A voice, my voice actor. Though, I mean, like, once again, I don't really blame them. This is just a joke. Ooh, okay, that's pretty interesting, okay? Because, like, let's just pause a little bit here and kind of unpack what she just said. Um, One of the things that not a lot of people who play this game think about is that there is a Titan, sorry, not a Titan, there is an Aeon, one of the gods of this setting, called Terminus. And this guy's whole vibe is that he is actually living through time backwards, meaning that he has seen time play out, the future play out. He's seen the end. So he's just moving backwards, right? And it creates this idea, or rather a theme in the story of, is the future fixed? Do your choices make a difference? Is destiny a real thing? Or do we have free will, right? And one of the first scenes of this game has a character, Kafka, speaking to the main character and saying, make sure that you make a choice you don't regret, right? Choice, right? This idea of choice versus predestination is something that like has been swirling around this game a lot. And now that we're here in this moment, right? My interpretation of what's going on, let's see whether I'm wrong or right, is that by saying that the Trailblazer doesn't have a future, I think what she means, Oronix here, is that there is no fixed future like everybody else. Like you can make decisions and diverge the the story, not necessarily in a game sense, but in a like a lore sense, like from where it was meant to be, by forming alliances, by going places, by connecting people, right? That whatever preordained outcome can be changed, specifically by you, because you don't have a future that's locked in. Well, let's see. Oh, there's a spammer in the chat. A collection of walking memories? What? Okay, so let's see. Do you mean that I'm already... Okay, this is something that I actually like super hate about HoYoverse games sometimes. Like, derogatory. I hate this. And I am actually going to complain about this a little bit. Like, listen, guys, if you do not have three different answers, breaking one sentence down into three choices does not remedy this. Just give me one prompt. Like, do you really think that, like, pressing this helps at all? Any of them. I'll just press the first one because ultimately it's quite meaningless. But still, like, there's gotta be a better way to write dialogue than this. What the heck? I don't think this is legit. I think this is kind of like a trick. Give me just 1 second. I'm trying to fix something that's up with the chat over here. It's alright, here we go. Let's go. I just deleted that spam text. Makes me quite happy. Every day you learn something, huh? I succeeded, huh? Okay, listen. I played Penacony, alright? I've been fooled by false endings once. This is so not, it's not an ending. Interesting. Listen, so far she can only speak like this in the dreams or the trial. So I'm gonna say this is still the trial. Look, if this turns out to be legit the way that they resolve this particular conflict, that's really lame. So I'm gonna say that this is not real, that this is some sort of deception. So let's see whether I'm right. Hoyoverse has disappointed me before, so we will see. Gosh, how do I get up there? Maybe I'll just teleport, you know? There we go. Her quivering finger gently brushed against your cheek, causing a faint tickle. But she can't touch anything without killing it. This is not real, right? Unless. Girl, if it turned out I was alive, that would have killed me. So, maybe not the best test in the world. Oh, hey, Nemui Ghost. Nice to see you. This stream might be a little bit spoilery if you haven't checked out the story. But I'm just, playing, vibing, talking, chilling. I plan to stream for like 2 hours today. I've been told that apparently 2 to 3 hour streams do better among the Twitch crowd. Have you played the story so far? Oh, you can't hear the game audio. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Let me check this out. Hmm. My goodness, this whole time.
Return to you.
Thank you so much for letting me know. This whole time it's been off. That must have made for a really boring stream. I've been streaming for over an hour now. I didn't really realize this. It happens. But this is why, we need people in the chat letting us know what's up.
In confidence, but I hope that you can keep this promise of mine in mind. Amphorius needs you. Lady Aglaia and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the paths. They're worried about you too. If possible, please go there and let them know that you're well.
There are nothing but spoilers here. Like, I'm just going through the story mode for as much time as I have. But, it's always nice to see somebody in chat so we can kind of bounce off each other.
Can help one to focus and relax.
Styxian Fable. Yo. Okay. The Dragon and the Princess. So this is the story they were talking about. These little guys came from an event that took place some time ago. They were very cute.
More and more species are disappearing.
Wait, what did you say? It's nice to attack with this character every now and again because in actual battle I would probably never use his attack. Whee! Oh, there they are. Huh, with the speed boost even the walking is a bit faster. That's funny. Alright y'all, what do you want?
That partner! Hyacinth said you definitely wake up. How? That's the medical prowess of the Twilight Courtyard.
Nah,
Amazing.
I don't believe you for a moment. I think this is all fake. I think I'm in the Matrix.
And I have to admit that the process went better than I expected. Even in the end, that Titan's heart still showed a soft spot for humankind. However, I never expected that. Two people who have cheated.
So all the
death
time when I said I love the
at
voice
same
acting, there was no audio. That's so sad for me.
That's what we have been
I need to be more diligent about this sort of
Light
thing.
has been in Akuma for such
well.
a long time, but has no one thought to study his indestructible body?
Many have had this idea, but so far there have been no results. Nevertheless, now is not the time for us to give up. At the very least, we can still
Thank
see a
you.
glimmer
I
of
intend
hope.
to. You have a good day. I'll catch up
Cypher,
with you sometime, I think.
if
I just
anyone
wanted to
in
put
this
some
world
work
knows
in
the
and, make
whereabouts
some
of
progress
death,
through the story.
it would be her. I'll try and get her to return to Akima,
Thank
but
you
do
once
be
again
prepared
for
for a
helping me
less than
fix things.
ideal outcome. Please understand that throughout the history of Amphorius, no one has ever managed to escape the clutches of death.
No one's ever managed to do
At
it
the end
yet.
of time, Thanatos silently awaits all. It is my duty. We too but before that,
What's wrong, Aglaya?
omens always come in pairs. It's Anaxagoras. He has initiated.
In the end, it has still come down.
I earnestly hope that your assessment of him is accurate, Finan. Otherwise, the efforts of my teacher and I of the past millennium.
I'm back here again.
Oh, this is actually kind of a cool thing, so I'm gonna take a screenshot of that.
I remember this dream. This realm is covered in a silk-like fog, and the land is barren and harsh. The crowd of travelers leaves tracks everywhere.
Hey! Excuse me! What is this place? Where in Amphorius are we?
The mutters of the traveler are in a language I'm unable to comprehend. Or perhaps they're just distracted and ignored my question.
Tell me, which Titan reigns over this land? And how do I find them?
Hand of Shadow.
There's vocals to this track.
Hand of Shadow Thanatos. Could this possibly be the Netherrealm?
Not Nether.
Then where is this? River of Souls? The outskirts of the Netherrealm? Are you heading downstream toward the Netherrealm?
The Netherrealm. Nothing but an illusion. Titan rejects you. Me. Listen.
What? The traveler lifts their wrinkled fingers and I look in the direction they are pointing and listen closely. There. A massive shadow brought the sound of rushing tides. The sound of tides. I can hear it. I hear it deep within the tides. Beyond the closed gates of the void world. A voice about to recount something.
Child of humanity, is it death's embrace you yearn for with such urgency? Oh, you have awoken. Welcome back to the mortal realm. Your consciousness is dissipating much faster than I expected. Ultimately, it seems like the Titan's core flame is incompatible with a mortal body.
How much longer can my consciousness remain in the mortal realm?
In my estimation, at best, you'll see 15 more entry hours.
It's gonna die in 15 days. And
15
nights.
days and nights.
What is it? Are you finally starting to become attached to the mortal world now?
On the contrary, 15 days feels a little too long for solving a singular problem. Stop giggling. It's time for us to go. The messenger from the Council of Elders is almost here.
Let me ask you one more question. Are you really planning to betray Aglaya's will?
What betrayal is there to speak of when I was never loyal to her to begin with?
What about that white-haired student of yours? Acting so
There will be a price to pay for blind faith. This is also a lesson for Finan.
You truly are a strict teacher.
Of course. This is how I've always been.
I wonder, is it possible to have an Axa? It is! Oh my gosh! Okay, let's put him on. Let's see some of his animations and stuff. I don't know if we're getting any, like, battle with him. Well, let's see. Yo, that looks sick. Okay. Okay. Very cool. Oh, I like that little flourish there. What about his technique?
Watch this magic trick.
Oh, that's so cool. Alright. Let's try to check out Bro's, what do you call him? His idle animations, yes.
All things are connected by origin, and are made of the same essence.
You're right, everything is made up of atoms. Ooh. Okay. Oh, so it's a potion bottle in the gun. Interesting. I cannot wait for this character to come out. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I ain't even gonna run for a bit. I'm just gonna walk around. It didn't last long. Alright, come with me, little guy. His outfit, I think, is meant to evoke, like, design-wise, something like, how do you say, you know those gowns that academics or scholars wear, like those graduation gowns? I think that's the look that they're going for with this one. Which, yeah, sure, I really like that. I wasn't even close. That's sick. In in 20 days, you will be mine, Mr. Anaxa.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lord Enexagorus. It's been a while, Lord Enexagorus.
Whoa, that is a cool design. What the heck? Who is this
I
guy?
greet you on behalf of all the citizens of Akima and express my deepest regret about what happened at the Grove of...
It's you. I never expected that you would personally come and meet me.
By carefully into Lantern above, I have come as a testament to the justice of the Council of Elders.
There are Antikytherans here? They have been a rare sight ever since the Chrysos War.
Antikytherans.
I extend to you my utmost respect, revere Titan. I am Lycurgus, though you may call me Lygus, holding an honorary position within the Council of Elders in Akima, and as the Theoros, I stand to protect the right of all upright citizens to express themselves freely.
You can see them too?
You know about us. We Antikytherans perceive the world through the amplitude and frequency of souls. Just as I am conscious that Lady Aglaya is secretly listening in on our private meeting from afar. If necessary, Lord Enexagorus, I can sever the golden thread to protect your fundamental rights.
The demigod should know better, for such is her station. Spare those poor threats, and just let her listen to my words. They shall serve only to unveil her own folly.
May I interpret this as you having a countermeasure?
I need not any plan, because she can do nothing other than petty espionage. As the Citizens' Assembly approaches, and with Orynyx's fall, any attempt to capture the core flame within me will only usher chaos and calamity. A truth she undoubtedly comprehends. While I, Anaxagoras, serving as the Grove's special envoy to Akima's Citizens' Assembly, have long known the extent of your abilities. Let's forego the formality of asserting authority, Lord Lygus. Lead the way.
Very well. Surely Lady Kindness would appreciate such assertiveness in an ally.
I really love this teal kind of color that Anaxa has going on. But I'm not gonna torture you all with just making him walk. Let's just get to where we need to go.
Is there something on your...
Nothing, really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend to Dawncloud. For the Titans, does the falling equate to death?
Ah, a pondering truly deep. Time is on our side. Do you mind sharing your reflections with me?
While all living beings must ultimately face their demise, Kefali has yet to meet theirs. Their journey continues unhurriedly along this long path.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly passed?
Yes. For dying implies an ongoing process, an action, whereas death signifies a static state, a definitive termination. In contrast to mortals, Titans exist on a grander scale of space and time, thus elongating their passage into death. The notion of their fall is but a misinterpretation born of mortal ignorance.
Ah, an intriguing concept, albeit challenging to substantiate. After all, Kefali has maintained a profound silence ever since the era Arasa, while scholars and priests alike have conveyed the message of the gods' imminent fall.
Perhaps the gods in their arrogance deemed it beneath them to reveal their perspectives to mortals.
Could you elaborate on your statement?
This is some big brain talk, and I'm really all about it.
Circes, the kin of the Sky Father as recounted in myths, now resides within my brain. Were I to inquire, Kefali would have no cause to refuse.
Oh.
That very well could be true. But what if the world-bearing Titan still chooses to remain silent?
In that case, the myths crafted by the people of Amphorius are nothing more than pitiful jests.
It's worth a try. I believe, and I'd love to witness the fruits of your theory and the change it may bring to this imperiled world. Because I completely concur with you on this aspect. If the Titan has indeed met their end, any response from them would be impossible.
What the heck?
Please, Professor.
That was not on in my
Children of
bingo book.
humanity have indeed created a spectacle.
Welcome to Dawn Cloud. The atmosphere here carries a greater sense of solemnity than the mundane clamor of the Marmorial Palace, with entry permitted only to the invited. Only esteemed beings grace this place, and among them I've received priests, scholars, warriors, and now we even have the honor to be in the presence of a titan. Oh, what a joyous occasion.
I really like this voice actor too. Very, very
Once
smarmy.
deemed a blasphemer, now a surrogate for revered divinity. The honor should rightfully be mine, shouldn't it?
I'll notify Kindness and the others of your arrival. Kindly, in the meanwhile, you're welcome to explore the vicinity, but kindly...
I'm well aware of Kindness's methods. There's no...
As you wish.
Alright, cool.
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan from you, but it turns...
Save your concerns. I know very well what I'm doing.
I shall depart to explore the surroundings then. Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my portrait around here. I'm quite intrigued to see how the children of humanity beyond the grove perceive another Titan.
Off you go. This Titan appears to be quite at ease.
Be aware, I can hear you purring.
Interesting, interesting. Alright, let's run a little faster. Oh,
Looks like my presence here is quite unwelcome.
these are puzzles that I really like. Oh, let's go. Genius.
Go melt it down.
You know, you're actually right. Let me do that. Very cool. Anything marked for garbage? This is something I've been meaning to do for some time, so allow me like the 2 minutes it takes to do this. I've been farming this stuff like heck, you guys. I'm trying to get ready for my boy NX's release. Very nice. Now I can just leave that stuff alone. Oh wait, there is something I could do. Every month, this is something that y'all should remember, you get to synthesize 2 of them for free. I mean, not really for free, you use those little shard things, but really? Is that really Oronix's trial? Because that was kinda underwhelming. The heck? Boots in Star Rail World. Alright. Okay, priest guy, what do you have to say?
Anaxagoras, I thought that you had died to the Black Tide, just like the other scholars.
Well, sorry to disappoint you then.
As Kefali's priest, are you not aware of the decorum of respecting the dead?
Surely you jest. You blasphemous heretics are not worthy of respect from the Supreme Being. Let me remind you that you're currently in Dawncloud, so you'd better keep your deranged language to yourself.
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right now. I can't believe that a follower such as you, as I see it, a dead titan, can't provide you with this level of confidence, right?
You. Seeing how fond of you Elder Kindness is, I shall let...
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others, it seems that Kindness is indeed quite sincere toward...
Oh my, what a thrilling confrontation.
Are you praising or insulting him?
Praising him, of course. As a believer of the god of deliverance, it is only natural that he detests evil.
Didn't you hear me? I asked you to leave. Go as far...
This guy's outfit, you guys, like, it's not really... Like, look at Anaxa, right? Like, all the lines are really well detailed and everything, but this thing looks kind of pixelated. I think that the quality of this guy's outfit is not really up to par. Like, even this NPC. I feel like the line work is a little bit better. Am I tripping? This guy looks extra blurry for some reason. Anyway, leaving that alone. Oh my god, I love that.
Professor Anaxa! Over here!
Yeah, on the way, girl. I gotta fix this first. And these are some of my favorite puzzles in this game. Download the texture pack. Is that a real thing, or are you just messing with me? Oh wait, that's not right. Also, hi, Trickster. Nice to see you. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, bad call. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh thank god. So basically what's happening here is that that shadow guy does exactly what the little guy says. Oh, I'm so sorry, it's not working on YouTube? That's terrible. I'll look into it. Maybe Mika will be able to let me know what that's about. In any case, while you are here, let me ask you this. Are you somebody who prefers to watch the stream on YouTube over Twitch? Because usually it's Twitch chat that I'm keeping an eye on.
Professor Anaxa?
So if you wanted to send me a comment or
Word
something,
has
it's
it
more
that the
likely I'd
scholars of the Grove
kind of hear you
valiantly
over here.
perished resisting the Black Tide. To find you here safe and sound, thank the fates.
You could say it's the fates toying with us.
It's only the Crimnoans and Idonians who chase glory through death. But your survival is a victory in itself. I'd settle for that gladly. So, are you here to report the incident to the council? I heard that after the Black Tide devoured the grove, Akuma would be next in line, even with the demigod of strife standing alongside humankind.
Tell me, how much does the Council of Elders know about the Black Tide?
Once Kindness and her followers learned of Circe's and Orynyx's fall, they proclaimed in the council that the Flame Chasers could no longer stand against the calamity alone. Yet, when the Crown Prince ascended to godhood and repelled the Black Tide, she immediately altered her tune, declaring that all was resolved beyond Akuma, with the only remaining menace now being Aglaya and her adherents. They might well make their...
No surprises there, those shifty opportunists.
Being an opportunist.
Shouldn't you be searching for murals of yourself? I've had enough of...
I was really curious to see how you would find the middle ground between both factions. So I came, but it seems as though this Kindness is much more ruthless than Aglaya. If so, why do you want to...
I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed if that's... I've had enough of this. Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
Damn, bro, you die at the 15th entry hour. You really want that?
Oh, my.
Every plant, every tendril, no, even every leaf could be the embodiment of Circe's.
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom was portrayed as fruit, to symbolize how they shared their knowledge equally among the masses.
This mural is quite abstract.
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself. Now I'm quite curious whether the Reason Titan has studied figures of speech before.
Of course I find such stylistic devices interesting.
I really like this NPC model, the one with the horns. I guess they're not really horns.
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I could look this ugly.
Was this the reason why you failed in your attempt to refine my soul when you were ambushed at the Grove?
Since you are aware of this, why did you save me back then?
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to separate you from the average person.
How do two lunatics coexist in the same brain?
Therefore, it seems that your journey to Dawnfloud this time is not just to seek protection. What, then, is the intention behind your actions?
The entire plan is stored in my memory. So why don't you look there?
Then don't mind if I do. 1 year old, 2 years old. Oh my! Even a member of the preeminent Seven Sages must hug his droma star to sleep? How interesting.
That's enough.
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling. This must mean that behind this toy,
Since our days are both numbered,
Interesting.
I don't mind telling you more about it. This is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a doll that was made to look like our family pet.
Dromas are like those big dinosaur guys, right?
In your family,
The ones that walk around.
Are they also living in Akuma?
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, continue flipping through my memories. It won't take long. You'll discover the answer when you reach the memories of when I was 5.
Oh, the Black Tide is everywhere. I can't bear to look.
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either. Georios, Aquila, Kefali, and you, of course. Although I prayed to every titan that I could think of for help, my efforts were ultimately futile.
This... Could this be the inception of your research into alchemy?
Indeed it was. Everything started from that verdant courtyard of yours. When I was pursuing my education there, I naturally also came to learn of Thelesis' theory as well.
Oh, I remember that person. He was the one to come up with the concept of souls, right?
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, all stem from souls themselves. This is why I thought that, since all living things stemmed from the same origin, why could I not sacrifice myself in order to resurrect my nearest and dearest?
Aww. It's actually very sad.
Anaxa, you...
Empedocles.
I did it, teacher. But this is absolute blasphemy. Regardless of how much freedom the Grove provides, such an act could cause you to be burned at the pyre. Your beloved, where is she now? Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to find her. Otherwise, the both of us will be judged by the Council of the Seven Sages.
Calm down, teacher. My sister, she's still not in the mortal realm, even to this day.
What do you mean?
It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip by merely sacrificing one
Oh,
eye.
so that's why he has an eye patch.
Equivalent exchange. All I received for that price was but an opportunity to see her.
Oh man, that's actually really sad.
Nothing.
Let it go, Anaxa. As one of my best students, I cannot watch you go down the wrong path without doing anything to stop it. Never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself. If you can do that, this classroom will still be yours, and you'll have a chance to live out your own life.
Since I was able to see her one last time, I have no other desires. You're right, teacher. It's time for me to start a new life.
I am sincerely glad for you, child. Now then, what topic would you like to study?
I wish to continue Thelesis' research.
Continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long since understood his philosophy like the back of their hands. Even if you continue digging into this subject, your efforts will likely be futile.
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood a single truth. Since ancient days, our understanding of souls is but the tip of the iceberg. I may have lost an eye, but my view of the world has become clearer than ever. I have grasped the truth with my bare hands. Watch as I turn this farcical world upside down.
Farcical world. Now that could be a metaphor for how people believe the wrong thing, but it could also be going along with my idea that the Emphorius is a fake world.
However, this story doesn't seem to be connected to your plan. In fact, I'd say that they aren't related at all.
The answer lies within the tale. If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the divinity of reason to me. After all, it'd be a waste for you to hold on to it. My story ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me your secret. After all, this is what equivalent exchange means, correct?
As expected, you laid a trap for me to step into. Unfortunately, even if I was willing to talk about my past, I may not know more about it than you do.
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned Reason Titan is now admitting a lack of wisdom? Your followers are going to be sorely
This guy.
Oh, child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance is the greatest wisdom of all.
Now I understand. No wonder you asked me to answer your random, nonsensical questions.
Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on my query. As the saying goes, onlookers see most clearly.
Is that so?
Lord Anaxa,
Hmm?
I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering whether you were caught in a delirium of reflective thought. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but time is of the essence. I have a message from Lord Lygus. Lady Kindness has met up with the Council of Elders and is awaiting your arrival, so please depart forthwith.
It's finally time.
Okay, so I was thinking of actually stopping the
Carefully.
stream here, but I
The
actually want
one
to
who
see what this meeting
created
is
the
about. I'm
world,
too excited for it.
and the one who bears the world. If you truly have not met your end, how will you answer the challenges of those who defy you?
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth, there are many people who hold grudges against that Lady Goldweaver.
It's funny, because she's a military runner, she can't even walk. She doesn't have a walk animation. So fine, I'll run with you.
Isn't that the dromas draped in finery?
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemers.
Don't worry. He's too full of pride to pay us any attention.
Correct.
Your
You don't even
nickname is
have
Dromus as well?
names.
You must really like those creatures.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs, and it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yet
Lord Lygus and Lady Kindness are just ahead. I'll take my leave for now.
Alright, military runner. See ya. It's such a cool gun. I love that little flourish that he puts on it too. Oh, when I'm shooting, I'm actually moving down the stairs. Can I move up the stairs? Okay, I'm not gonna go up just by shooting. That would be an immense waste of time, no matter how much I love playing as this character.
Welcome to the Demigod Council, esteemed guests.
Alright, Canis, let's see what you got.
Anaxagoras. Oh, I've heard so much about you.
Thank you.
Head of the Nusporists of the Grove of Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears Circe's core flame, a survivor of the Grove Calamity. Did I miss anything? Well, if so, please be so kind as to enlighten me.
Since Lady Kindness is already well acquainted with me, I won't waste any effort introducing myself again. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette known as honoring guests. The host will welcome their guest with warm hospitality by treating them to fine wine and a cozy bed. And yet, ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gifts. Instead, I am met with intense scrutiny. Even more absurd, the host has sharpened their blade and instructed their servants to lie in wait in the shadows. Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart, retrieve the core flame, and then hold a grand feast for all of the guests.
Damn, bro.
Everyone, stand down.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar who is not used to the stench of avarice and blood.
This guy has no chill.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the Seven Sages. Your bravery is more than adequate to accomplish our perilous endeavor.
So, you wish to start a war?
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display the rights and mettle the citizens of Akama are so entitled to. As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option, well, to that I can only say this. Everything hinges on the next citizens' assembly and whether they have a sudden epiphany amid the clamor of the masses. And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation, you have indeed given us a glimmer of hope.
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying right now is worlds apart from what you were saying before you retired your cleaners.
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just a moment ago, you were on the side of the Chrysos heirs. But now that you're an ally of ours...
I mean, girl, we're not allies yet, we're just talking.
As you know, these walls have ears. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Nusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many
Nusporist has the word nous in it,
it's
as in the
normal for
erudition.
ideas to have supporters and dissenters, just like how...
Oh, whoops,
Welcome
kind of skipped
back
that
to the
dialogue
hub
there.
of the demigod council, Lord Anaxagoras. Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged victorious by stoking public sentiment with their words. And yet there have also been innumerable blasphemous philosophers who set themselves up for failure because they refused to defend their actions. This tiny stage is the most profound embodiment of Akama in centuries. In 15 days, this site shall also become the most important, as well as the final turning point in Akama's history. May the both of us carry out our duties with honor and lead the masses back toward the Erechrysia, a golden age with no
You can't
death,
go back,
strife,
dude. You
or
gotta find a
trickery.
better future.
Oh my, 15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise. Could such a coincidence truly exist?
Using death to prove myself fits my intentions perfectly.
What strong conviction you have, as expected of the hero who dared to stand up to the Gold Weaver.
As expected, she misunderstands you.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the Council of Elders. Don't test my patience with such superfluous formalities.
Well, you say that now, but surely you also require my aid as well, so that you can stay alive even when being pursued by the Golden Thread?
You worry too much.
This is also
She won't show her hand
politicking.
too freely, as she still
I'm
needs
not
to
entirely
garner
sure whether
support
Anaxa
from the
really
masses
intends
at the
to
Citizens' Assembly.
side against Aglaya. I mean, I know that they're not
Someone like
necessarily
me can
allies.
tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains. Surely you're not asserting that she will definitely act in a rational manner.
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders to support me as much as possible. Naturally, this includes the guards as well. You're well aware how valuable Cersei's core flame will be in the Erechrysia that you are desperately pursuing.
This guy has a heck of a bargaining
So you
chip
better
right now.
act prudently as well.
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just a means for each party to acquire what they need. As long as your request is reasonable, the Council of Elders never shortchanges its allies. Since we're both intent on mutual cooperation, let's not mince words and just speak plainly to each other.
Yeah, let's not mince words. I want to know what you're
How
about.
much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to sacrifice, like true philosophers, with our words and wisdom. Continuing from the earlier topic, let us discuss our common enemy, Aglaya. She is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama, who has gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time and the ablation of the core flame. A formidable opponent indeed. Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually... Is there anyone present?
Kinda accidentally skipped the line.
Admittedly, there is ample reason.
By the way, did you know that this game has this feature? It's pretty useful.
Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed. Who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here? Are you just trying to pull the wool over our eyes and aid her in her savagery?
I believe you're aware of Castorus the Executioner. Long before I returned to Akama, Aglaya had already dispatched her to monitor me. If I weren't able to reach this place in time, I would have been forced to meet Thanatos first. As compared to a comprehensive plan with uncertain results, if you decide to cut open my chest and remove the core flame, wouldn't that settle her nerves even more? Everything is in place. She just needs the right timing.
I understand what you mean. At the very least,
Hi,
both of us
Guppy.
agree that this tyrant
You're responding on YouTube. Sorry for not engaging with the comments. I just saw yours.
The Council of Elders is willing to defend
Yes,
the
I
right to
super
live,
agree
just
with
as
you.
we
I
defend
think that they
every
should
oppressed citizen.
make it an option for us to actually download higher res texture packs, right? Like, yeah, I know that this is also a mobile game, but like, y'all make like $1 billion. Please put some effort into your games. Like, what are we even doing here? Anyway, let's continue.
However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaya are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are
This
aspiring
character's
toward, as well as
clothing
everything that
also
we
doesn't
hold
look
dear,
that good.
will be destroyed completely. The city will be burned to ashes, and the citizens' blood will be shed.
Not the design, but the
Tell me,
textures are not very high res.
what are you willing to do for our esteemed citizens so that they can vanquish the enemies of our fine city?
Although the circumstances are rather unfortunate from an objective point of view, it is an undeniable fact that ever since the Grove was attacked, I have become the de facto leader of the Grove. The Council of Elders needs more backing if it wishes to topple Aglaya, and it's evident that the Academy wields considerable influence. At the very least, I have served as the Grove's special envoy to Akama for a significant amount of time. Of course, this also means that I will hold a crucial vote at the Citizens' Assembly.
In the name of Kefali, Akama thanks you for your sincere and valuable thoughts.
Like, I don't know
At this
what
stage,
to think.
it's clear that you and I understand the
Are
benefits to be
Aglaya
won
and
from
her
this
Chrysos
discussion.
heirs wrong?
Let me put it plainly.
Are these people right?
The Council of Elders has always been renowned for its
Which
fairness,
side should
and that
I
fairness
really,
is
as a
built
player,
on a
support?
foundation
Now, I'm
of
tempted to support the
sincerity.
playable characters, but
The
like, I
Council
mean,
of Elders
who is
has
to say that
vowed
they're
to
right,
all
right?
citizens of Akaba that it will always remain loyal to them. As for you, my lord, how will you guarantee that you will be able to live up to such earnestness and will not betray Akama's indomitable citizens when the opportunity presents itself? Just as you now betray Aglaya when it suits you.
That is actually a good question. Personally, I don't really plan to be loyal to you guys, but let's see. What would be the right option to choose? Thinking. Hmm. Option. Who am I kidding?
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven. The fact that the Council of Elders is asking for proof of my loyalty is itself akin to a form of betrayal.
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you bury the hatchet in a civilized manner. However, I am afraid that I must interrupt for a brief moment. As the Theoros, I have observed the following. Lady Aglaya, the Goldweaver, is currently on her way to Dawncloud.
Hey, yo?
Oh. Well, I do believe that we might have a slight overabundance of guests today.
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of Elders' lofty residence on Dawncloud, it must still tolerate the whims of the Chrysos heirs.
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this game than I. In any case, I'm glad that she's arriving here. So tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine, if Aglaya were to demand that I hand you over, what should I do?
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wished to chat with me and had no intention of offending her. However, by doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood. Not only can it be
what
destroyed
an
at the
example.
slightest touch, but the Council will also lose possession of a valuable core flame. No, more like 2 core flames. After all, at the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is synonymous with death will also be standing on our side.
Oh? How can you be sure of that?
Is that of importance to you? All you need to know is that I have a plan. In my opinion, you should be more worried about the impending threat. If Aglaya can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop tomorrow. If that happens, the discussion that we've just had will turn into an utter joke instead. Is this the outcome that you wish to see, Lady Kindness?
Is this guy turning them against each
Fine.
other?
I will handle this matter appropriately. But you do best to remember this. Fool the people and karma will be on your tail. I'll overlook it this time, but don't count on there being a next time.
There will definitely be
Unless,
a next
of course,
time.
you crave cruel punishment and consider suffering the perfect state to ponder the true nature of souls.
Well, what do you know? That happens to be one of my rare talents.
We shall see then.
I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again. But shouldn't you be going after more?
Dying to know what I'm after.
I mean, I'm the reason Titan after all. It is in me to ask and seek answers.
Easy there. You'll learn the answers soon enough. I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. It's as they say, onlookers see most clearly. The true masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros, who watches over everything.
Alright, I think this is actually a really good place um, to stop for today. I'm gonna switch over to the Trailblazer.
Misery and bliss, the same no matter where you go.
And I want to say a big thank you to everybody who joined me in the stream today. I hope you all had fun, you know, chatting with me and watching me play and just, you know, muse on certain things and react. I myself had a pretty good time as well. The story is definitely shaping up to be a bit more interesting now. Like, after a lot of the setup is done, we're starting to get a little bit of payoff, but we're also starting to set up some more things, and I think that it's good, you know. I'm still not entirely sure who the villains of this story are supposed to be, but I think that that is by design. I think that not knowing what exactly is going on is kind of like a deliberate move on their part. And I don't mean it in the sense that the story is confusing on purpose, not like that. More along the lines of like there are some conspiracies going on. There are some things that are like beyond the surface that you don't just get from like a surface level read, you know? In fact, the very nature of Amphorius, which paths are powerful here, why, how, the fact that like you can't easily just come here, all of this I think is gonna be relevant and hopefully be explained in some manner that makes some sense. And I'm really looking forward to the answers. Like, so far they've managed to build a lot of intrigue, they've managed to introduce a lot of characters, they've managed to showcase like their personal journeys, you know, like Mighty and Treeby and all these other characters. But the overall mystery of what this place is and what it's really going through, and like what is going on big picture wise, is not very clear. And I think that's perfectly fine. You know, I think we're slowly working our way there. Wait. Oh, there it is. Also, isn't this kind of weird? The fact that these guys turn into emojis before they disappear, like, this is one of the reasons why I think that Amphorius is, you know, like a computer system or something. Call me crazy, but like, you know, stranger things have happened. But anyway, all of which to say, thank you everybody for joining me. I'll be ending the stream here, and I probably will be streaming a little bit tomorrow as well, just to kind of go through the story mode and see what else we have in store. And I hope y'all really liked, you know, what you saw today. And if you are interested in following more content from Emmen Gaming, feel free to check out our Discord server. You can find the links of it on our YouTube channel, on our Twitch as well. But in the meantime, I'm gonna say goodbye. This has been Mooney for Emmen Gaming, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.